let's just put microplastics in context for a second. I mean, the history of human civilization is, or a big part of it is, our species running to escape the poisons that we are creating in our pursuit of daily life. So if you go back to the Industrial Revolution, smog was so thick in the air over European cities and cities all over the world that people were choking to death, and like giant chunks of soot were falling from the sky. We've made a lot of progress cleaning up those kinds of more obvious sources of industrial pollution. But then what we started to do to ourselves, throughout in the wake of World War II, is we started to create all these crazy chemicals that we started putting willy-nilly into products that we use every day, like shampoos and soaps and shaving products and all of the plastics that now have overtaken our lives. So let's just zoom out here for a second and state what's probably obvious, but what needs to be said. The way that we make and use the stuff that is in our lives every day cannot continue. Like, there's not enough room on this planet for the amount of plastic that we're creating every day. I mean, the numbers around plastic are so mind-boggling. Like, it's hard to kind of wrap your head around it. Half of all the plastics ever created have been created in the last 13 years. And if the plastic industry gets its way, the rate of increase of our daily use of plastic is going to continue to go through the roof, is going to continue to accelerate. So, I mean, literally, like, something's going to change. Something has to change. I mean, another number that I'm sure a lot of you have heard, and a lot of your viewers will have heard, is that if the current rate of plastic usage increase continues, there will be a greater weight of plastic than fish in the ocean in the next couple of decades. So literally, our planet does not have enough room for the crap that we're creating for ourselves. And what's happening with plastic, and this research is very, very new, is just from the last few years. It's become clear that the biggest problem with plastic, believe it or not, might not be all of the visible plastic floating around in the environment, and the plastic bags being gobbled up by sea turtles, and the plastic fishing line getting wrapped around various wildlife species and killing whales, and you name it. I mean, we've seen those news reports. It turns out that plastic never really breaks down in the environment. It just keeps getting pounded into tinier and tinier particles by the passage of time, by sunlight, by the action of waves. And then these microscopic plastic particles are so small, they can not only be ingested by wildlife, by us, but they can actually pass through the blood-brain barrier. They can pass into our circulatory systems. And coincidentally, there was a study just last week released, the first study showing microplastic in the first poo of newborn babies. So we've created this enormous problem for ourselves in terms of plastic pollution. It's not just cluttering up the landscape, it's actually invading our bodies and creating untold problems as a result.